Jesus! Welcome down! Oh, CD Diggs! CD Diggs! Let's go, Diggs! Let's go right now!
Okay, you guys, so I'm trying to figure out what's really going on with Cardi B losing her whole mind in that car while Stefon Diggs was out there cooking the Texans. Because listen, this wasn't just a regular playoff game. This was a full-blown revenge game. Emotions high, history involved, pride on the line, and Cardi B was feeling every single second of it. And allegedly, this whole moment says way more than just, my man scored. It's giving loyalty. It's giving new chapter energy, and it's giving Offset somewhere punching the air right now. Let's be real. So let's get into the receipts, because this wasn't random hype. Stefon Diggs went head-to-head with his former team, the Houston Texans, in a heated playoff clash, and if you know football politics, you already know those games hit different. According to the game footage and social media clips, Diggs scored in a crucial moment, and immediately after, Cardi B popped up online from her car, screaming, cheering, and hyping him up like she was born on the sidelines. She was loud, proud, and unapologetic. Cardi straight up said she never believed she'd become a big football fan, but allegedly, since dating Stefon Diggs, she's locked in, watching every play, every hit, every score. And honestly, that's not no light work. Now here's where it gets interesting, because this wasn't just a cute girlfriend moment. This was a statement. Cardi didn't just post once and keep it moving. She was going wild, laughing, yelling, praising him, and really letting it be known that she's riding with him every step of the way. And allegedly, fans immediately clocked the difference in her energy. This wasn't forced. This wasn't staged. This looked natural. It really makes you wonder how much peace she's feeling in this chapter of her life compared to where she was before. Because when Cardi is stressed, you know it. When she's happy, you definitely know it. And let's not ignore the timing. This is a playoff revenge game. Stefon Diggs scoring against his former team is symbolic, and Cardi being right there hyping him up adds another layer. Allegedly, people online are saying this is the kind of support Offset never really leaned into publicly. Offset was always doing his own thing, chasing clout, chasing validation, chasing chaos. Meanwhile, Cardi is now loudly supporting a man who's focused, disciplined, and locked into his career. That contrast is loud even if nobody is saying it outright. Now, according to social media reactions, fans were shocked by how deep Cardi is into football now. She literally said she didn't expect herself to ever care this much about the sport, but here she is knowing teams, matchups, stakes, and playoff implications. That tells me this relationship allegedly isn't surface level, because let's be real, you don't just wake up caring about football unless you care about the person playing it. That's effort, that's investment, and that's something Cardi hasn't always gotten back in return in past relationships. But wait, because there's more. The internet did what it does best and immediately turned this into a comparison war. People started dragging Offset into it, saying he lost Cardi to another man, and now she's out here glowing, cheering, and emotionally present. Allegedly, some fans even said Offset looks bitter these days, while Cardi looks lighter. Now, I'm not saying that's fact, but if the shoe fits, it's very concerning how often history keeps repeating itself with him. Cardi is evolving. Offset seems stuck. Let's talk psychology for a second, because this moment wasn't just about football. This was Cardi reclaiming joy publicly. She's been through lawsuits, public humiliation, cheating scandals, messy breakups, and non-stop commentary about her personal life. So to see her carefree, loud, and genuinely excited over her partner's win hits different. It really makes you wonder if peace is the real flex. And if this is what peace looks like for Cardi, then yeah, I see why she's leaning all the way in. And don't get it twisted, Stefon Diggs needed that support too. Athletes thrive off confidence, validation, and stability, especially in high-pressure playoff moments. Allegedly, having a partner who believes in you and celebrates your wins publicly can elevate your performance. That's not just romance, that's partnership. And the way Cardi was hyping him up, you could tell she felt that win personally, like his win was her win. That's powerful. Now, y'all know I gotta keep it balanced because some folks are already saying Cardi is doing too much, saying she's being extra, saying she's moving too fast. But let's be real, when men act like this over women, it's called passion. When women do it, it's called embarrassing. And I'm not buying that narrative. Cardi is allowed to be excited. She's allowed to support her man loudly. And allegedly, after everything she's endured, she's earned the right to show happiness without policing herself. So y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do you think Cardi B is genuinely happier with Stefon Diggs? Do you think this football hype is real love or honeymoon energy? And do you think Offset is somewhere watching all this unfold, allegedly regretting fumbling the bag and the woman? Drop your thoughts, because this story definitely isn't over yet. And picking right back up, what really stood out to me is how comfortable Cardi looked in her own skin during that moment. No glam squad, no stage lights, no performance persona. Just her in a car reacting in real time. That kind of authenticity is rare for someone at her level, and allegedly that's why the clip resonated so hard. People weren't just watching a rapper hype her man, they were watching a woman enjoy someone else's success without making it about herself. That's growth, and honestly, we haven't always seen that version of Cardi in past relationships. It also says a lot about Stefon Diggs' mindset. This man was locked in during a playoff revenge game, all business, no gimmicks. And allegedly, after the score, instead of posting himself or talking trash, the loudest voice celebrating him was Cardi's. That dynamic matters. When a man is focused and a woman feels secure enough to support without competing for attention, the energy shifts. That's not chaos love, that's alignment. And if this is true, it explains why Cardi keeps emphasizing how supportive she plans to be every moment. Now, let's address the elephant in the room, because the internet already did. Offset. Fans immediately framed this as karma, saying Cardi is now publicly celebrating a man who's winning, while Offset is allegedly still spiraling emotionally and financially. I'm not saying that's fact, but the optics are nasty. When your ex is thriving, smiling, and loudly cheering on someone else's success, it hits the ego different. And allegedly, that's why people keep calling this a revenge season, even though Cardi herself hasn't said that. Now, what's also interesting is how Cardi framed her new football fandom. She didn't pretend she's been a fan her whole life. She admitted this is new. This is because of him. That honesty matters. It shows effort, not clout chasing. She's learning his world instead of dragging him into hers. That's a huge shift from celebrity relationships, where everything revolves around image and branding. If this is true, it's a sign she's prioritizing connection over spectacle. But let's keep it a buck. This kind of public support also puts pressure on Stefon Diggs. When the whole world is watching your relationship and tying your performance to your personal life, it can either elevate you or break you. Allegedly, Diggs seems built for it. He's used to scrutiny, criticism, and high expectations. And having someone like Cardi in his corner who understands fame at the highest level might actually help him navigate that pressure instead of folding under it. Now, from a broader cultural perspective, this moment matters because it challenges how we talk about Black women and happiness. Cardi is often painted as loud, reckless, or unstable, but here she is expressing joy in a healthy way, supporting a partner, and minding her business, and somehow people still found a way to criticize it. That really makes you wonder why peace from a Black woman is always questioned while chaos is expected. And let's not ignore the long-term implications. The kids, the co-parenting, and allegedly, Cardi is in a phase where she's choosing stability over turbulence. That doesn't mean perfection, but it does mean intention. If she's aligning herself with someone whose career requires discipline, structure, and routine, that tells you she's thinking beyond just vibes. She's thinking legacy, lifestyle, and longevity. That's no light work. So where does this leave Offset? Honestly, that's his journey to figure out. But from the outside looking in, it appears Cardi has emotionally detached and redirected her energy. And once a woman does that, especially one who's been publicly humiliated before, there's rarely a rewind. Allegedly, that's why this clip hit so hard. It felt final in a way words never could. At the end of the day, this wasn't just about a touchdown. This was about visibility, support, and moving on loud. Cardi B cheering from her car might seem small, but symbolically it was loud. It said, "I'm here, I'm happy, and I'm not hiding it." And whether people love it or hate it, that confidence is contagious. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do you think Cardi B is genuinely happier with Stefon Diggs? Do you think this football hype is real love or honeymoon energy? And do you think Offset is somewhere watching all this unfold, allegedly regretting fumbling the bag and the woman? Drop your thoughts, because this story definitely isn't over yet. And picking right back up, what really stood out to me is how comfortable Cardi looked in her own skin during that moment. No glam squad, no stage lights, no performance persona. Just her in a car reacting in real time. That kind of authenticity is rare for someone at her level, and allegedly that's why the clip resonated so hard. People weren't just watching a rapper hype her man, they were watching a woman enjoy someone else's success without making it about herself. That's growth, and honestly, we haven't always seen that version of Cardi in past relationships. It also says a lot about Stefon Diggs' mindset. This man was locked in during a playoff revenge game, all business, no gimmicks. And allegedly, after the score, instead of posting himself or talking trash, the loudest voice celebrating him was Cardi's. That dynamic matters. When a man is focused and a woman feels secure